everyone, and welcome back to another episode of An Enderman and a Story. Now, the last two episodes were actually pre-scheduled, and this episode is going to be a little bit slower as I'm getting back into the swing of things, as I've been away in Vietnam recently. I was actually over there doing this in real life. I was building a house. So this episode is going to be a little bit slower as I try to ease back into the swing of things. So a recap for myself as well. Like, last episode was crazy. We figured out this thing, which is the fourth piece of the puzzle. I'm losing track. But we found this thing, and I honestly don't know what to do with it. I don't know what it does. I'm really excited to figure that out. But that's not for this episode. This episode, we are going to be working on a couple of projects, including that. Now, that train down there is something I have, been putting off. And there's also a couple of areas around here that I just want to work on, particularly that one down there. So, I reckon we've got a couple of jobs to do in this episode. And before we continue figuring out the mystery, okay. I missed that miserably. I guess I just accept my fate. I need some glowstone. Okay, I'll do that later. So yeah, I'll restock that, and then we'll cut to a time lapse, and we will be building the train. So let me go do that. Let's roll it. The train is now completed. We have finally finished this section off. And as you can see, all I did was basically replicate the carriage and make it so that there are two carriages. And I continued this rail all the way through, and you might not be able to see it, but it does cut into the line there. And over there, we're going to build like a station or an arch thing there. But it does cut through up in the... Oh, there are piglins up there. I missed. Okay, let me try again. Oh, they just despawned. Okay. Yeah, that was a bit weird. Yeah, like I was saying, the train is now complete, but I need to move on and work on this area here. Now, this space is quite a big empty space, and I do really want to put a building here. If we come up here a little bit more, you can kind of get a vibe of get a feel of the space I'm working with. It's quite a big space, and it will end up covering the train, but you know, that's a city. Cities, you don't see through anything. I would like to put a building there as well. Basically, this whole space I want to turn into like high-rises. And we're going to start with this area here. Yeah, well, you're definitely going to end up covering the train. But in order to do that, I need to gather a bunch of materials that I don't have. So what we're going to end up doing is cutting to a quick little montage as I go and gather a whole bunch of materials. Pale oak, acacia, sheep, gravel, flower, more flower, another flower, blue flower, white flower, sand, sandstone, concrete, more concrete. And now that I have all my resources, and the piglin was staring at me, that was a bit weird. Now that I have all my resources, I am ready to actually build. So this one is full of our colored stuff, our concrete and our wools. I think this is all I'm gonna... Ow! What is it with these piglins? I'm wearing gold. It's so annoying. Right. That was very rude. Before we were rudely interrupted. Where were we? This one is all the... This is scraps. I'm going to have to go and gather some more of those, but those are scrap materials. A bunch of leftover sandstone, a bunch of bits for like gibblety sections, details, yada yada yada. Actually, lanterns need to go in there, but there's no room, so I'll just chuck them in the bottom here. And then this is my woods. Now, I'm probably going to need to go and gather a lot more wood later. We'll see how we go. We'll see how big this thing is going to be. But, yeah, we're just going to fill this space with maybe even this space as well. We will get to that later. It depends how we go. Where is it? Ah, here. we're gonna start with pale oak. Now, I've got a lot of pale oak because I want this to be my base, I reckon. Oh, actually, no. Wait. Hang on. I'm thinking. What if we have, like, calcite and oh my goodness. Well, that was rude. What? Okay. I don't understand it. Can someone in the comments please let me know what I'm doing wrong? Okay, I will collect the pork chop though. And my head. Okay, so I was thinking, what if we did calcite? This was just a recent brain. What if we calcited the bottom floor and then pale oak to the top? So let's go about here, I reckon. And then how big do we want this space to be? How big do we want it roughly? We want it to be a decent size. 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a bit square. It's a bit too square for my liking, I think. Yeah, okay, I don't like that. Okay, so we're going to probably go out to 11 by 7. So if we do one out there and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more. No, yeah, actually, maybe we do it by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How's that looking? It's very far away, actually. But if I do 7, then it looks very... Okay. Right. What are we thinking, guys? Yeah, I'm just... How big is this one? This one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is 8 wide. So it could be 8 wide. Okay, we might need to move the whole thing forward, actually. Okay, so I moved the whole thing forward, I built it up a bit, and I started texturing with the basalt and the diorite and even some white wool. But one thing that, and we're actually going to add a bit of texture here before, just with a bit of wool. But one thing that I did notice while building, something that I came into a bit of an issue with, was actually with this texturing. So you can see the blocks that I've used to texture have been all very white veins. So your white wool, your diorite, your polished diorite, which actually the polished blocks are amazing for texture blocks. But I did mention earlier that I wanted to be using more pale oak logs. So these stripped pale oak logs, they look white by themselves, right? And I thought I could use them as texture. But if I put them right next to the calcite, actually let me put it in the calcite wall. You can see that it's, come back, you can see that it's very pink. Now that's not necessarily a bad thing, but with the calcite and the diorites and all that, that's very grey whites. The pink white just doesn't work. And so I had this bit of a dilemma when I was building. I really want to utilize the pale oak because I think it's a marvelous block, and with the grey texture of the unstripped stuff, it's got this really nice texture, but I simply can't use it for the bottom floor. So I opted for the calcites, the basalts, and more of the grey white materials, which is really sad. But, you know, we gotta do what we gotta do. And I'm actually thinking floor-wise, what if we use this dark oak? What if we, instead of turning it into planks, if we mine out this whole section, let me do a test piece, but I will need to mine out this floor, so might as well do that. What if we created like a really cool texture? If we did like the crisscross pattern, and then we stripped it. so that we got this nice like crisscross pattern. I think that will work quite nicely. Yeah, okay, if we fill out the whole space, I think that will look really quite nice. And then we'll continue building up the wall. Okay, so yeah, I may have got a little bit carried away, and I built an entire interior, and I'm currently working on a vending machine. So before I walk you through the interior and stuff, let's finish this vending machine off together before I get a little bit too carried away. So we're going to pop 2 slabs at the top, and then I need go put that away. Ow, that's rude. Ah, my first 2 customers. Just a shame that you guys are gonna have to be disposed of. Okay. I don't know how that one died. I'm pretty sure I didn't land a hit on him. I mean, I'll take the crossbow. What was I thinking? Trapdoors. Yeah, trapdoors. Okay, I need to grab... I'll probably need a couple of them. I don't have inventory space. I need to dump off a couple things. Okay, chuck the crossbow in there. Chuck the... Actually, no, I need that. Chuck the stone stuff away. The wool away. Okay, let's clear up a bit more space. Okay, so let's pop that there and there, just to provide like a little section where the stuff in the vending machine comes out. Now over in that section, we're gonna make a couple of signs. Signs. 3 signs. Will that be enough? Nah, make a couple more just to be safe. So 6 signs should be enough, and we're gonna use this to add a couple of details. So up the top, let's just add some sort of trim. We'll use the dashes and then the slashes, and then the backward slashes. Yep, those ones, and then more dashes. Yeah, make a nice little trim. Oh, there's the roof, and we'll do it again on the other side. More slashes, more dashes, more slashes. Okay, so I used a bit of armor stand magic to get the trapdoors in the back and finish up the signs, but I thought I'd just show you a little bit of what I do with armor stands. So firstly, show arms. Then we'll take this potion of water breathing and potion of splash potion of harming. We'll do later. Invisible, yes. Make sure it's on the head. Gravity, bring it down. And then let's move it back. How far are we going in? There? What if we did just flatten 9? Done. Okay. And then we're going to do the same with the splash potion. We're going to go show arms. We're going to make it hold it. We're going to swap it to its head. We're going to go get a better angle. Then we're going to go gravity and invisible. 0.9. Oh, did I click gravity? And then move it up this time. And then we're going to click done. And that is a little vending machine. Our little vending machine is done, and we've got like a water cooler. We've got a bunch of chests and shelves. Vending machine, which I'm actually really proud of. Really cute. Ooh, actually I probably could have done with moving them a little bit closer to the glass. Got a little counter, actually. Flower pot. That's what I was looking for. Pop. There. That's basically all it needed. And yeah, we've got this lovely patterned floor. So now all that's left to do is work on this top section. And I think rather than walk you through it like I've been doing, I am going to roll a little bit of a time lapse. Majority of the building is done, but there are still a couple of bits and pieces that I need to tweak, but I thought I'd show you what I've got so far. So as you can see, I've got the building. It's a bit hard to capture in one angle, but you've got the bottom floor, which I showed you we worked on together, and we've added some banners, and if you come in here you can see we've added a bit of lighting just to bring out the space a little bit more. But if we come over here on the side, you can begin to see we've got the 3 billboards and the 3 stories. Now this is actually a building very much inspired by one that I saw in Vietnam. So the units on the back, the stairs, the billboards, they are very much taken directly from that. Now this is what I mean when I say the build is not quite completed. The interiors are not finished yet, and that's what we're going to be working on next together. But if we come up here, again, you can see another empty room. Amazing. But if we go up another one, surprise, surprise, it's another empty room. But no, the real magic is out here on the stairs. Hopefully this piglin doesn't go hostile. Up here we've got our aircon units, but we've also got this lovely little balcony. Did I just witness a murder? You, my friend, oh, okay, I didn't expect one hit to get him. Yeah, I just witnessed the murder. What was I saying? Oh yes, lovely little balcony seats. I built these lovely little balcony seats so you can sit up here and look out at the amazing view of the city or the wall and the trees behind me. Yeah, it's a great, amazing view. 10 out of 10 would totally recommend. But I paused it here because I needed to grab a couple more materials before we can work on the interior, and I thought we could kind of do that together. I should probably also drop off a couple things as well because my inventory is getting quite cluttered. So let's drop off these chests. And then end blocks. What am I looking for? Stone blocks, that one's empty, that one. What in... Okay, is... What? Meet at White Oak Tree. Chest and note under? Huh? Is this... Wait, this is my tree farm. And this note. That... Well, I guess we have another part of the mystery to figure out. Right?